last week. A gain of 2 yards on the play by Montgomery. 2nd down and 8, Washington State. Toole with the reception, and the far sideline catch goes to Carstetter, and that's a 1st down for Washington State. UCLA's defensive line includes backfield with Toole. Has 3 receivers to the left. Mitts the ball carrier. Breaks the tackle across the 30. Big gainer again for the Cougars, and Mitts out near the 47-yard line. LaGuan Mitts, a 24-yard gain for Washington State.
When I like seeing Todd Sturdy and company go back to the run game and not give up on it so quickly. As you see from the shotgun, LaGuan Mitts takes that little handoff, and the rest is his, and good job up front by that offensive line.
Terrific job. Mitts just driving very powerful lower body. Mitts remains in as the running back. Toole. Bruins bringing extra players. Toole with some room right up the middle and gets hauled down at the 3, Washington State. Three receivers to the left for Toole as he looks back to the Cougars sideline for the play. Carstetter out wide to the right, and Mitts in the backfield. Toole handles the low snap. Fader out to Carstetter, wide open. Jared Carstetter inside the UCLA 10-yard line, and it's 1st down and goal, Washington State. He is so dangerous on that type of play, that fade with that size, Jason.
Well, it's surprising to me is he's actually beating that defensive back. A lot of times you'll see Carstetter, he'll be even, but he won't be leaving. And he's great at that because he's 6'5", and he can win those jump balls. But today, he's beaten that defender by a good step and a half, and a beautiful pass by Jeff Toole this time. Carstetter able to fade to it.
Toole changing the play. Looks to his left, getting some pressure up the middle, has an open receiver. Touchdown to Jeffrey Solomon. Washington State on the board at the Rose Bowl.
What a beautifully executed play. They had 3 receivers to that side, a trips open formation. Bruins are playing a very obvious cover 2 man that time. So what you got is you've got a safety playing inside, and you've got a guy man-to-man wrapped up. See Blackledge or Solomon with a great corner route. The defender can't stick with him, and the Cougars just like that are on the board and cut in.
The half comes to an end. Toole looks to his left, coming back to his right, has an open receiver and caught. What a catch at the UCLA 45-yard line by Jeffrey Solomon.
Boy, Dietrich Riley put a hit on Solomon too. That ball, a little bit too much air under it if you're Jeff Toole. A lot of time to think about that, and Dietrich Riley could not move through Solomon to get that ball, but a big catch by 12. He's coming up with some big plays for the Cougs today. 25-yard gain. Clock rolling inside of 40 seconds. Toole tucks it away after Toole picked up a couple. 35 seconds left in the half. Toole has his man Blackledge down at the 35. Montgomery in the backfield. Toole has an open man, reception, and touchdown, Washington State. Trying to get the number, it's Daniel Blackledge, the senior from Colorado Springs, his 1st touchdown catch of the season, and the Cougars with a perfectly executed final drive here in the 1st half, back on the scoreboard. And Tom, you can't underestimate the importance of that, not for the obvious, in the fact that we talked about believing what you see as a quarterback. The anticipation that you have to throw this ball with is so important. Toole absolutely believed what he sees. The senior Blackledge comes down with a big catch, and that Cougar offense got a little slow start here in this 1st half, but is starting to walk again with that swagger. Again, playing against the UCLA defense that forced 5 turnovers last week against Texas, and Jeff Toole, he's feeling it, baby. The Cougars are back in striking range.
And that was a very good football player who was beaten on that play. 10 touchdown interceptions. Let's get a good look at Paul Wolf.
He's still in that referee's ear about those pass interference penalties.
He didn't get the call this half, but maybe he works on him hard enough now. Maybe he'll get that call in the 2nd half. And they need every call they can get. They are
a clear underdog, but playing some inspired football here in the Rose Bowl, trailing by just 6. Decided in favor of UCLA, but the Cougars don't care as long as they put points on the board, and they certainly did that to perfection on their final drive in the first half.
Well, they did that, and then with UCLA being on the field as much as they were, I thought the Cougar defense did a nice job on 2 different occasions of limiting the Bruins to 3 points. It's a completely different game if the Bruins get in the end zone, and either one of those.
Low snap from center. Has time over the middle, has a reception near a first down for.
Well, when I talked to Michael Evansetter, I said, you know what? Jared Carstairs, I told him, your job is to keep your body between the ball and the defender.
Marquise Wilson lined up to the left. He has had a quiet afternoon. Toole with time, getting some pressure, feeling it, running out of the pocket. Flag on the play is Toole. That's UCLA's Nate Chandler, who is trying to make a beeline to Toole. 3rd down and 13. Cougars at their own 41. Getting good protection. Going deep. Has a man. Wilson with the reception. Marquise Wilson inside the 10-yard line for Washington State. Boy, he is an athlete. Acrobatic catches not uncommon for the true freshman.
Unbelievable catch by Marquise Wilson.
Personal foul, defense, number 42. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Well, that's against the middle linebacker, Patrick Larimore.
Yeah, great job by Jeff Toole hanging in the pocket. Larimore a little bit frustrated not being able to get to the quarterback, but look at the ball skills. That is the thing that Washington State coaches say Marquise Wilson has the best on the team, is his ball skills. His ability to go up and get.
Juan Mitz, who joins Montgomery. Handoff to Montgomery, looking for room, and he has the Washington State touchdown. James Montgomery, and we are tied at 20 in the Rose Bowl.
Well, you couldn't have scripted it any better if you're a Washington State fan. They come right down their first possession of the second half, go down and score, of course, on the heels of a huge pass and catch from Jeff Toole to Marquise Wilson to just give them new life. And again, we talked about that. Instead of that sack, you get the hold. That hold puts them in 3rd and forever. But when you got playmakers on the outside on Marquise Wilson and Jeff Toole throws that ball into the next county, you got a chance. And Washington State capitalizes in a big way getting into the end zone.
And for the lead, 20, James Montgomery finds pay dirt in Pasadena. Riho to Franklin. Franklin fumbles the football. It's loose. Washington State picks it up. And the Cougars in possession and with terrific field position. Myron Beck with the recovery for Washington State, a young man who was benched at the start of this game, pulled out of the starting lineup, and he responds coming up with the fumble recovery.
The right place at the right time. The second turnover of the day for UCLA. Great job being around the ball by Ledgerwood. Gets his hand on the football, and Myron Beck, opportunistic today. He's made 2 big plays in that first half. Experience up there. Cougars tried to pound it.
High formation. Handoff Montgomery. Montgomery, the second effort touchdown. Washington State, and the Cougars extend their lead.
When the Cougars are capitalizing, Tom, a big turnover by that defense finally gets something to go in their direction, and now the Cougar running game, they're finding success on the edge. You see that ISO play, James Montgomery lowers the shoulders to take some of that, big fella. Bounces off the tackle and ends up in the blue end zone of
Cougars with the lead and with the football here in the 3rd quarter at the Rose Bowl, up 8 on the Bruins, and a quick reception by Jared Carstairs as we send it back to our Northwest forwards. Cut above the rest. Jeff Toole has been outstanding this afternoon for Washington State, directing the Cougar offense that has scored touchdowns on 3 of its last 4 possessions, and they'll need to get that offense going again. They stalled out on their last drive as they get ready to take the kickoff. Marquise Wilson, that is one fun play to watch, and he's a fun football player.
Well, and the further they go into this game, Tom, they've got to try and stay out of these 3rd.
28 and driving. Near midfield, Jeff Toole has an open receiver. Marquise Wilson with a lot of room. Thinking 6, hurdles near the end zone, and he will be marked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. What a play by Washington State to start this fourth quarter.
Short, right? So UCLA's got to respect that play action fake. They can't get the upfield pass rush as they want. Great pocket for Toole to throw with. A crossing route from Marquise Wilson against his.
Third and long, Washington State. Low snap. Toole, open target, first down, Washington State into UCLA territory. What a
and right in between the linebacker and the safeties, Jeff Toole does a nice job initially freezing the safeties looking to his.
As we recap what has been a interesting, to say the least, fourth quarter of play.
Marquise Wilson's been huge all day long. Big plays downfield. That puts him at about the 2-yard line. Then the big right here, they called a touchdown initially, but Jeff Toole's knee down at the 2-foot line. The Cougars in 3 plays to get it into the end zone. Here's the third down on really a pass play. They had no chance from the start. Then fourth down, the Cougs can't convert. Montgomery comes up short, and then just a few plays later, 8 plays as a matter of fact, and 99 yards.
Last week, the yardage given up today by the Cougar defense against UCLA. As the reception is made by Solomon, who has some room, got a terrific block from Carstetter, and down to the 25 for a first down at defensive level. Terrific execution on this play to Solomon.
Well, just a little smoke screen. It requires a lot of good blocking on the perimeter by the other wide receivers.